My name is Deb Kendrick. I was in the Navy for 6 years. I was a crypto tech with Naval Intelligence. I'm also honoring my father, who was in World War II. He was in 4 years, as well as my son, who was a Marine, and he was in 4 years as well. He worked in hazmat, and of course my dad was on the ship during the war. So what a crypto tech did in my role, what we did was we would manage or maintain the machines that actually encrypted all the messaging that happens across secure areas within the government, within the services. And so those machines that did that, that's what I maintained. My father, actually, interesting story, he was training to be a signalman, and when they did the training, they had some clicking as to watching the signals, and so all the people that were in his class had to go to another rank because he would do the signals and it would be the click in the background versus being far and you wouldn't see anything. So he ended up in an accounting role, and then when the war broke out, then he was on the ship. My son was in a hazmat team, so when if you recall all the powder and things being shipped around, if there was something like that going on, they would send his team over to check it out before us. And they wore the white, all the white uniforms and all that kind of stuff. He also did some EMT stuff and things like that. I learned the military provided me with such a amazing work ethic and teamwork. I think those were the two main things. My dad, growing up, he provided that as well, but it kind of all came together when I went in the service. My fondest memory, I can't say it was fond at the time, but when he took me out on the horses and the horse reared up, fell against the stone wall, I fell off. He said, "Don't let that horse beat you. Get back up on that horse." And that's what I did, even though I was shaking like a leaf. I think I was most proud of in my service when I was in the Navy, I was most proud of the fact that I was able to accomplish so much. And I was very fearful at the beginning when I was in the service, but I was in a rate that there was no other women in. I did not have any women that I dealt with in the service. So, and the respect that I had initially walking in, I didn't have respect from the males in the Navy. But when I accomplished exactly what they were doing and I was part of the team, I think that's been the best memory for me while I was in the service. Being the only woman during that time was difficult initially. I just didn't feel competent in what I was doing, but as I began to grow and as I began to learn and do what I needed to do in that role, and my team was very supportive after they felt like I was able to be respected and I could do what they did, I think that made a major difference, that we're no different. We're here to do a job, and we really bonded as a team, and we did a lot of things together. And so those memories of those relationships and the relationships that I had during that time, I was at many different ports, but they were all very sincere and very strong relationships. My dad, we talk about memories. So the other memory that I have, he didn't know. I didn't tell him I was enlisting. I didn't tell him anything. So I was in a delayed enrollment. So I enlisted, and then 6 months later, that's when I joined. So he didn't even know I went to boot camp. When I got out of boot camp, I came up, my sister picked me up, and I got out of the car in my uniform. I'm gonna cry right now. I've never seen him cry in my life. He just let it go. So he was very proud. I would like young people to understand what it is to serve the country. And I don't think they do. I don't think they do. This is the first time where veterans are now respected But I don't think young millennials understand. I want young people to know how it is and how hard they need to work, and that it's not about getting, it's about giving, and that the only way you can give is to work hard, help people, and have a drive. And I think that's a lot what the Navy gave to me. And as I mentioned, my work ethic is crazy, probably a little too much, but I think today the young people don't drive towards that. They take a lot of time to it's all fun and games, and I'd like to see a difference in that.